Hello, brains. If you are really overwhelmed or stressed by life right now, or you just have ADHD and deal with emotion dysregulation like I do, you are in the right place. Welcome. Let's talk about a calm box, which is, interestingly, not about being calm. I will explain. First of all, quick check-in. How are you doing right now? I am personally feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit rushed for time because my kid is down for a nap right now. And when she wakes up, I will not be able to keep doing this video. So that's where I'm at. How are you doing? Okay. Could we be better? Probably. So I'm going to start with this. This is a glitter bottle. This is something that I keep in my calm box. I'll show you the calm box in a minute, but for now, I just want to give us a second to kind of settle our emotional glitter. This works so well. So this is one tool that I have in an easily accessible place in my house because emotions run hot in my house with two neurodivergent adult humans that are very busy and overwhelmed right now, dealing with some difficult things in life, and also we've got a toddler. So the concept of a calm box is something that I came across recently and I really, really loved. Using tools for emotion regulation is not anything that is new to us, but what was new to us is the idea of putting them in one place where you can easily go and use them when you are dysregulated. Because it turns out when you are dysregulated, you're not really thinking straight. It's really hard to remember what to do. So if all you have to remember is go to this spot, pick up this bin, it's gonna be a lot easier to do it. It's not about getting rid of the emotion, it's about turning down the volume enough that our brains come back online. Because when emotions go up, cognition goes down. We might say things that we don't mean, we might get really frustrated and throw things. That's my toddler usually. There's lots of things that can happen that we wouldn't do if we were thinking straight, that we might do if we're emotionally dysregulated. And so the first thing that you want to do for a calm box is make sure it's someplace that you can access easily when you are emotionally dysregulated, because that's the whole purpose. Just like a first aid kit or a fire extinguisher, you'd want to be able to get to the fire extinguisher easily. If there's a fire, you want to be able to get to your regulation kit, your calm box, or whatever really easily in case there's an emotional fire. So I'll show you where mine is and what it looks like. Okay, so first of all, very easy to access. I decided not to have a lid on my box because I wanted to be able to get to everything easily. So full disclosure, I just made this today in like 5 minutes just from stuff that I had around the house. I understand the concept of the calm box. I know what would need to be in mine, probably. I haven't tested it out in terms of like what things am I gonna naturally gravitate toward now that they're all in the same place. But I can test that later and see if these things are actually working for me the way that I intend them to work for me. But there are a couple of principles that I know are really important. When you have ADHD, emotions hit hard, emotions hit fast, they're very loud, and you're not thinking straight. So the first thing that we need is something that's gonna help us re-regulate really quickly. So I've got a few things in here that in the past have worked for me in the heat of the moment that I wouldn't gravitate toward if I was just like mildly stressed or overwhelmed, but like when I'm really flooded, when I'm really overwhelmed. So one is fidgets. So these fidgets they're called Dark Side of the Moon. They're spiky fidgets. I don't like the feel of these, but in the moments where I've been super flooded, it's been very helpful for me to hold them because the spikes bring me instantly back into the present moment. This is something I really like regardless of how I'm doing, but it works really well in case of an emergency. It's a plastic bag. I fill it with water. I could remember to go to the kitchen, grab the plastic bag, go fill it with water. I'm not gonna do that, but if I have an empty plastic bag here, I will remember. This is one of my favorite tools, is just to fill a Ziploc bag with cold water, stick it on my face, stick it on the back of my neck. And the reason why I use cold water is that temperature is one of the tips. Cold can be really helpful in regulating even in the middle of like a panic attack or at the beginning of a panic attack. You can use like an ice pack. There are ice packs you could put in a calm box that you just like break them and they get really cold. I didn't do that because I find myself not wanting to use it. It works, but I don't want to use it. And I want tools that I'm actually going to use. Oh, headphones. So headphones are great for throwing on. These are noise canceling headphones. So if I'm like overstimulated, if there's a lot of noise going on, the noise canceling will help. But also I can listen to music. I can listen to something calming, something soothing, an audiobook maybe. Or if you use an app for meditation or mindfulness, it can be really useful for that too. So what I'm using for that right now is Headspace, who is also sponsoring this video. I used to meditate regularly for like 25 minutes in the morning and then sometimes 25 minutes in the afternoon. It's just not possible right now. So it's been really nice for me to have options that are shorter, 3-4 minutes, that I can just set a timer and take that time to kind of like settle my glitter. This is neat. They've got stuff at work now, coping with job anxiety, how to outsmart burnout. I know I hear from a lot of people in this community that burnout is a big issue right now. Overcoming stressful moments, feeling overwhelmed, SOS, a 3 to 4 minute meditation, burned out, 3 minutes, flustered, 3 minutes, losing your temper. The feeling overwhelmed one I found super helpful. Here, let me show you the feeling overwhelmed though.
So no matter what it is that's left you feeling overwhelmed right now, just take a moment to yourself to pause undisturbed. Just begin by taking a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose, noticing how the body expands as it fills with air, and as you breathe out through the mouth, just gently closing the eyes, just allowing the breath to return to its own natural rhythm.
Headspace is evidence-based. Research has found that 5 minutes a day of Headspace can reduce stress, which I think a lot of us could use right now. I was able to earlier use this with my daughter next to me, and she was fascinated by the pretty colors, so I was able to listen to it on my headphones while she watched. If you need a reset or you want to build more support into your year, you can use Headspace for free by clicking the link in my description or scanning the QR code on screen. This is 2 full months of free access compared to the standard 14-day trial available on their site. So yeah, check it out. Check out my link. What else is in my box? You guys ever used these? This is like really, really good at getting me back into the present moment. It's good sensory good experience. So while we're on the topic of sensory stuff, you can also put like an what is this, an eye mask? What do you call these things? I feel like I should know that. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's really calming. I don't feel like I could use this with my toddler around. That would make me more anxious because then I wouldn't know what she was doing. But I put it in my kit because A, she won't always be around, but B, just the feel of it is very soothing to me. That's very relaxing. So we'll see. Some of this is really an experiment. Is this going to be useful for me? Am I going to reach for it when I'm in this like kind of emotional overload state? Massage is one of the things that works for me pretty regularly. So I've got like my little massage balls. My daughter is getting to the point where she's not even 2 years old yet, but she can start to understand like, I need a mama minute. I am overloaded. I need a minute. And it helps to have a visual timer so that she knows how long mama's gonna not be available. So some of the things in this are things that I can pick up and use without having to like step away, but I might need to step away for a little bit. And so this gives me the ability to do that and be like, okay, you can play. Oh, you know what I should put in here? I should put something that is like a cool toy that she only gets to play with when I need to regulate. That would be smart. I can give her toys to play with and then set a timer for like 5 minutes or whatever, and she can watch the time go down. And I can guilt-free like engage in what I need to do to settle my emotional glitter, whether that's an actual glitter bottle or something else. I find that it makes me more anxious if I feel like I'm taking time to myself if I shouldn't be. So setting the expectation that that is what I'm doing, I feel it can be really helpful. This is one of the cooler things that I saw when I was looking up more information about calm boxes online, is this idea of an envelope, and then inside the envelope you have cards that tell you what to do, because we might not remember our strategies, breathing exercises that you like, or I don't know, do 15 push-ups or things that you know help you when you're emotionally dysregulated. So having them written in Sharpie, big letters on index cards, and then you just stick those cards in the envelope. So that's like your strategies, right? This is super cool. I feel myself slowing down already. I actually put some stuff in mine that I know would work for other members of my household as well, because sometimes I can regulate better if they are more regulated. So I can be like, here. But I think it is a good idea, if you can, to have everybody who might need a calm box in your house to have one that's personalized to them. It only works if you use it, and what's going to work for one person and help them regulate might be very different from what would help somebody else. And so you want it to be something that they would use, that they enjoy using, and that works for them. An adult coloring book. This is not something that I would go to when I'm actively about to have a panic attack, but it can be really good to have things in your calm box that are for that like really heightened, intense emotion where you're just super overloaded, not thinking straight. And then also some things that are going to help your body come down after that. Okay, I want to pause this to say, don't weaponize this. Like, this is not a way to be like, oh, you're emotional, you should calm down. Like, here's your calm down box. Don't do that. Don't do that to other people. Don't do it to yourself. It is okay to have feelings. It is okay to have big feelings. What we are aiming for is not to be calm, because emotions are important. It's good to feel emotions. That's a good thing. It's to be able to get our brains back online, get our nervous system reset so that we can make choices that are in line with our values. You know what? While we've got this timer going, why don't we just take a minute? Let's take a minute. Let's do the glitter bottle thing again, and then we'll do one more check-in. You might notice I'm still not exactly calm, but again, not the point. The point is I averted a crisis. I did not have a panic attack. I am in a better emotional space than I would have been otherwise, and I have my little calm box to thank. Before you go off and make one, I just want to do one last check-in. How you doing? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Check in with yourself. Thank you to my brain advocates and all my Patreon brains for supporting the work that we do here at How to ADHD. If you'd like to learn more about Patreon, you can check it out at patreon.com/howtoadhd. We have a really great community over there. We also just changed up our tiers, so there are some really cool new perks. We'd love to have you join the most knowledgeable ADHD community on the internet. And thank you to Headspace for sponsoring this video. You can actually, for a limited period of time, try it for free for 60 days. Let us know in the comments below if you have tried to make a calm box. What have you put in your calm box? What would you put in your calm box? Should we call it something that isn't calm box? Like, subscribe, click all the things, and I'll see you next video. Bye, brains.